on David Robinson when he dunked on him in San Antonio.
I remember that. Yeah,
it's the same thing. Guys wanted to compete, but do you think they even care about the players now care about finding out the best other than pointing at numbers?
I don't. To be honest, that's a great question, man. I don't. I think that they care. I don't think that their pride is pushed though. I think that right. Like they want to feel like, of course they feel like they're the best. They feel like, oh, so and so can't stop me. Like KD probably feels like because Giannis Antetokounmpo was going at KD and they started to have a little bit, but Giannis was out there. I think for him it was a pride thing. It was his first All-Star game.
Yeah,
you could tell he took it the most serious out of anybody. Everybody else like, oh, whatever. I'm gonna go in there and get some shots up.
Right.
Like freaking Paul George. Are you kidding me? This dude was just jacking shots up and was not making nothing.
Yeah, it's not, like what? Like, why are you there?
Exactly.
I mean, everybody and understand it's not cheap to go to these games.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And you have to get a ticket for each individual event.
Yeah.
So just imagine. I don't have the number in front of me, but just imagine how much that costs at the end just for the All-Star game.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And so like that's why I say like, yeah, they care. Like I'm pretty sure within their circles that is talked about. But then too, the NBA is a little different because a lot of these guys, not saying back then, but I think for one, AAU was much bigger than it was in the 80s or 90s, right?
Right.
I think it was pretty limited in certain, especially when we talk about 80s basketball.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty limited. 90s started to pick up more.
Yeah.
But now guys have known each other since they were like 10, 12.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say and get them to
push each other
in a sense of when the lights are on, like let's go at it.
Yeah.
Unless it's in a big game and it's for the championship, but still even then guys are still kind of like, hey, what's up? You know?
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with it, but I think too, just like there's a time and place for everything, right? When you guys are off the court or when you guys are, after the game, so much love, or even if there are really special moments within a game.
Yeah.
You can definitely recognize that. But I think you should go at each other's necks.
Oh, I
because D Wade used to go at Bron's neck more so than LeBron going at D Wade.
Oh,
especially when he first played for the Cavs. D Wade was like, "Oh, like everybody's saying that you're the best. Like we're gonna go at it." I wish everybody had that mindset because D Wade's probably one of the coolest guys in the NBA. People like him. They love him, but if he feels threatened, like people are trying to doubt him and his talents. He's gonna go drop 30 on you.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I think that's it right there. It's not wanting to have that competition level with the guys because you've known them so long.
Yeah.
So it takes another level of commitment. I think because you have to kind of turn that switch off.
Yeah.
And some guys might not like it at the end. And maybe you're afraid to disconnect that friendship.
Yeah.
But you have to understand it is a game, but at the same time, it's real competition, and you have to be ready for it regardless of who you are.
Exactly.
If you come out here to play that game.
Right.
And we just have to take it with a grain of salt now. It's a different game, and if you're that purist, then you're not going to like it.
Yeah.
And then just don't watch.
Yeah.
I say if you like old school basketball and you like guys competing every night, watch college basketball.
I love college. I'm so glad that you said that.
That's where the hunger is.
That is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
To watch. I will watch a random college basketball game more than I would earlier we were talking about Hawks and Celtics. I may watch IT. I think it's cool, but I still don't get that same fire. You see fire, you see passion.
Oh yeah.
You see fundamentals. You see coaches actually getting into their players and lighting them up.
Yeah.
And guys are getting benched. Guys literally get benched now.
Yes,
when you
plays
when
being
you watch
run.
Exactly. People running sets. Yeah, and then guys too, all five tend to touch the ball.
Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody and they was like, well, basketball is not really ISO I said pro basketball is nothing but isolation.
Yep.
Like you may have, like say for instance, like the Cavs, Kyrie and Bron are the only two touching the ball, and then whoever touches it third may be in a spot up position, but they're not making any plays.
Nope.
Like so, it's strictly ISO. Like whoever can create is gonna have the ball in their hands. Everybody else is like, let me get the easy putbacks or let me get the lobs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun, but then again, if you understand the game of basketball and you say that you love it and you're a purist, like you were saying, then you'll definitely watch college.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, what really does the NBA teach you anymore? I mean, honestly, let's be honest, because you have a lot of kids watching it, but what are they really learning? They're learning layups and dunks, and 3-pointers.
And I tell my kids not to watch NBA. I said,
really?
Yeah, I do. I say if you're gonna watch basketball, don't watch NBA. Only watch them in the playoffs, and still even wait till the second round or wait till the conference finals. Mm-hmm. Other than that, if you're gonna watch it, don't watch it with the intent of learning, because I would rather you watch highlight footage of NBA stars, because you can learn the moves, you can learn the footwork on YouTube. I'd rather you do that. But if we're gonna watch basketball and I'm gonna bring up learning lessons or bring up teaching points, definitely you're gonna watch college. And I did that last year with my 8th grade team. I was like, hey, we're gonna watch March Madness, and I laid out like 5 games for them to watch. I said, hey, we're going to watch, it was Syracuse. I forgot who they went against. Syracuse, when they were making their run, I had them watch Syracuse because their zone play was great, of course, like how Jim Boeheim always does. But their offensive play was turned on. They were running fast breaks like crazy, and you could see the ball movement. You could see guys talking. You could see guys playing for one another. In the NBA, sometimes you don't see guys play for one another. Nope. Because guys are too busy pointing fingers and arguing. Because I love LeBron. He is my favorite player. He, to me, embodies great basketball all the time. Even with the turnovers, even with people say he's whining, like everybody whine. Kobe was one of the biggest whiners, and I'll definitely come back and I'll finish my point. But I hate when people say, "Oh well, Bron whines." Kobe didn't whine. Kobe wasn't in the ref's ear. Like that's why Kobe stopped getting calls. Yeah, because he was whining so much. But anyway, I just love the way that he plays. He plays for everybody. But even watching him frustrates me, because say if Tristan Thompson doesn't rotate properly and then somebody gets an easy layup, he's literally, instead of him like, all right, we'll figure it out, he's like, come on down, like standing, stopping, or he'll put his head down. Like, dude, you're too great for that. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but you're too great for that.
And oh my gosh, I think we have the opposite feeling. I don't like him at all, but I respect the game. I mean, it's hard not to. But I don't like him at all, and a lot of the reasons are what you're saying, the ones you have a problem with, and they stick out so much for me because of his greatness. I mean, we have to admit, in any era, his size, his speed would dominate.
What he does in the court,
or would affect enough. I wouldn't say dominate, but it would affect enough that he'd be a star.
Oh yeah.
But I just, man, in saying that, everything else just pisses me off. It really does. I mean, flopping. And really the biggest thing is a lot of it. I think the media is at fault, because I don't think he's the guy who needs the ball at the end to take the last shot. He's a playmaker. Yeah, he's more of a Magic Johnson or like a Scottie Pippen than Jordan or anybody else to tear you up at the end. And that's my problem. With his whole career, I think, is they've been trying to put him in that role, and he's trying to listen to it. No, play your game. You're a playmaker. So you get the balls to the guys because you have good court vision. Your IQ is good. However, when it comes to taking that last shot, that is not your game. Something happens in the IQ that it lowers when he has to take that last shot, because he doesn't know how to react. And I don't think his one-on-one ISO moves are good enough.
No. He's just strong.
Exactly.
But I would not counter argue, but I would say in his first 8 years first 8 or 9 years, there was a stat. Because we get caught up in last second shots, right? Right. We think last second, literally one and shot, whatever, means clutch.
No.
And in the last 24 seconds, he had the highest shot percentage of anybody who took shots in the last 24 seconds of a game. I was like,
wow, okay.
But you don't ever hear that narrative being spoke about him. You just say, oh, well, he misses game-winning shots. Kobe did. Kobe missed more shots in the last 24 seconds. And people when they say, oh, well, because Kobe took him. Yeah, but he still missed.
He still missed. Oh, man.
But people say Kobe is this clutch second to Michael as far as clutchness. But LeBron has better numbers. And so that's what I don't get. Like, yes, I understand. Mm-hmm. Like, the man may whine, the man cries, but if you look at his game and you look at the way he plays, who plays better every night with as much scrutiny as him? Oh, Jordan never had, and he never had social media. Kobe put himself in a lot of his situations more so than like LeBron did. Like,
definitely,
like Bron. Definitely. Like Bron has chosen one on his back, mm-hmm. and you got guys like Skip Bayless. Like, oh well, he's trying to be like Michael. Yeah, he probably is in a sense of who as a young African American male didn't grow up trying to like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Especially where he come from in a poverty-stricken home, mm-hmm. Single parent household, thinking people told me it was good. Of course,
and why not strive to be the best, right? I mean, there's really nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
There's really nothing wrong trying to strive to be that.
Yeah.
And how he played in his early career, I liked. He drove a lot, and he depended on. I think. Depending on those guys early and them not coming through, changed a little bit.
Oh yeah,
of how he looks at things.
It definitely hardened him.
And that might have been a bad thing in a good situation. Mm-hmm. But you can't deny because the guy almost gets a triple double every night. He's close to it. At least
27-7-7 or 27-7-8.
Yeah, see,
without trying.
Without trying,
that's the thing.
And it's just the little things I don't like, and I'm kind of hardcore in my critique with him.
You are just because, like my uncle with him
because I'm so old school in my basketball. I'm so old school in my basketball. I think of LeBron and I think of the bad boys and they would tear him up.
He would have not made
how Oakley would have treated him. I mean,
unless think about it too though, and then I'll let you finish. Mm-hmm. Think about it this way. He's playing how his era allows him.
Right.
He's acting how his era allows him to act. Because I say, what if Jordan would have been in this era? Do you think Jordan would have punched Scottie Pippen in his face? I mean, I'm sorry, Steve Kerr in his face during practice?
I think so.
During this era?
I think just because it's him.
Yeah.
Just because that person, it's his personality.
But also too, what would have warranted? It would have been warranted because it just would have been a different feel.
It's not as serious.
It's not as serious. It's way more laid back. Guys are getting paid 10 times
let's
more.
Just say what it is. It's not as serious as it used to be. And you might be right.
Yeah.
You could be right that he might not have that same
that edge may be a little different.
Yeah.
He still may be Killer Jordan, but would he be like, oh, we got to do this and that? Guys now would never put their hands on a player. I mean, Boogie may, but most guys, I'll probably say 90% of the league is not going to get physical, dude, during practice, and guys want to fight. It's just a different mindset.
It is. It is. But
I know. Dude, you are just like my uncle. My uncle is not impressed by nothing that LeBron does. No. I promise, I'll throw out stats. I'll say, I'll give real numbers. He can go Google it, yeah, okay, that's right. So I'm like, yeah, but he's still really not all that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's me. That's
my gosh.
We're going to take a break here.
For sure.
When we come back, we get into more of this All-Star Weekend 3-point competition and definitely this dunk contest because it was horrible in my opinion. Was the worst ever. So we back, KXVS. I'm here with Kyle Hunt, Alex. Back after this. Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios, is the voice of Stockton.
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.